What's the most unprofessional thing a doctor's office ever did? My mom had been fighting breast cancer for 3 years. The chemo was brutal, but she never complained, just smiled and said, "At least I get to see my grandbaby grow up." She'd spend hours in her rocking chair with my 2-year-old, reading stories even when the pain made her voice shake. That morning started like any other treatment day. Mom braided her thinning hair, put on her favorite flowered scarf, and packed her chemo bag with crossword puzzles and hard candies for the nausea. But my toddler had an epic meltdown at daycare drop-off. By the time we got him settled, we were running 15 minutes behind. Mom clutched her medical folder as we rushed into Dr. Miller's office. The receptionist looked up from her phone, checking her watch with exaggerated slowness. "You'll have to reschedule," she said flatly. "Dr. Miller doesn't see late patients." Mom leaned on the counter, her hands trembling. "Please, I really need my blood work today. My numbers weren't good last time. Rules are rules." The receptionist went back to scrolling on her phone. "I have chemo tomorrow morning," Mom explained. "They won't do it without today's results." "Not my problem. You should have planned better." I stepped forward. "Listen, she's stage 4. Missing chemo could—" "Everyone has a story," the receptionist cut me off. "Make a new appointment at the desk by the door." An elderly man in the waiting room spoke up. "Let the poor woman see the doctor. Look at her." Mom was swaying slightly, gripping the counter. Her face had gone pale. "Sir, please don't interfere," the receptionist snapped. "This isn't your business." A young mother with 2 kids moved closer. "I'll give up my slot. She can take my appointment." "That's not how it works," the receptionist said. "Now everyone please sit down or leave." Mom touched my arm. "It's okay, honey, we can try tomorrow." But her hands were shaking so badly she dropped her folder. Papers scattered across the floor. 3 years of fighting, and she never cried once. Now I saw tears in her eyes. A nurse walking by stopped to help gather the papers. She glanced at them, then at Mom. "Mrs. Johnson, what's wrong?" Before Mom could answer, the receptionist jumped in. "They were late. I already told them to reschedule." The nurse frowned. "Let me check something." She disappeared into the back. The receptionist rolled her eyes. "Don't get your hopes up. Policy is policy." Mom slumped into a chair, her breathing labored. The elderly man offered her his water bottle. The young mother fanned her with a magazine. "Should we call an ambulance?" someone asked. "No outside emergency calls allowed," the receptionist said. "It disrupts the office." 5 minutes felt like 5 hours. Finally, the nurse returned with Dr. Miller himself. His face was thunderous. "Sharon," he said to the receptionist, "why wasn't I notified Mrs. Johnson was here? She's my priority patient." "They were late," she said firmly. The policy? Dr. Miller's voice could have cut steel. "The policy is that terminal cancer patients get immediate care regardless of timing, which you'd know if you read the manual instead of making up rules." He turned to Mom. "I am so sorry. Come with me right now." The receptionist's face went red. "But, Sharon, pack up your desk. We'll talk tomorrow." In the exam room, Dr. Miller checked Mom's chart. The color drained from his face. "These numbers." He grabbed his phone. "I need an immediate oncology consult." What we learned next shattered our world. Mom's cancer had spread explosively. The tumors were wrapping around her major blood vessels. The oncologist later told us that if we'd waited even one more day, she could have had a fatal embolism. That receptionist nearly killed my mother because she was on a power trip about being 15 minutes late. Mom's still with us, but now she needs oxygen and a wheelchair. The delay gave the cancer time to spread to her lungs. She can't rock her grandbaby anymore. Can't read stories without gasping for breath. The receptionist works at a carpet cleaning company now. Good. Let her enforce late fees there instead of playing games with people's lives. But every time I see Mom struggling to breathe, every time she has to stop playing with her grandchild because she's too weak, I think about those 15 minutes. Those 15 minutes that changed everything because one person decided rules mattered more than human life. All because we were 15 minutes late.